This is not just a location shift. Heaven moved coordinates to find your healing. Your name was whispered into new walls. Even the wind knows where you're going. He hid your new address in silence, so no enemy could follow. The door you're afraid to knock on is already unlocked. A stranger has been assigned to bless your next doorstep. Your tears have mapped out your new home. Follow the ache. He relocated you without warning, so trauma couldn't pack with you. Angels already know your next address by heart. God removed you from the storm's path by changing your spiritual coordinates. The miracle needed space, so he gave you a whole new dwelling. You outgrew the space they buried you in. Now watch God build. They laughed at your empty mailbox. Now they'll choke on the invitation. New doors are opening because your old pain can't cross over. You won't need directions. Heaven's pulling you by your spirit. The shift was so quiet, only the anointed heard it. There's a place with your name etched into its foundation. Go. The silence you're living in is God packing your bags. Divine relocation often feels like rejection before revelation. Even your memories won't recognize the light you're stepping into. He's removing you from access, not abandonment. The enemy can't touch what he can't locate. You were never forgotten, just hidden in holy transition. The house of heartbreak has been condemned. There's a new table being set, and your name is written in gold. You prayed for healing. God answered with a new address. Your soul is already walking where your feet haven't yet stepped. What broke you in the last house can't breathe in this one. You're not moving, you're being resurrected. Even the stars will look different from your new place. God is sealing the old door so you won't return to beg. You cried to stay. God said, "Go quietly, I'm waiting there." No map can lead to where God is planting you. This isn't relocation, it's divine concealment. The miracle had to be hidden until the enemies were gone. You'll know you've arrived when your spirit sighs in relief. This place is so holy, even your trauma can't follow. Your new location doesn't just shift geography, it rewrites your destiny. What couldn't grow in the old soil will bloom like prophecy here. The house of pain had no foundation. This one was built on prayer. He sent you ahead to a place only your faith could recognize. You weren't evicted, you were extracted. God's address for you required isolation, not explanation. You asked for peace. He gave you a new dwelling. Some rooms had to collapse for your new door to open. You never belonged there. That's why you kept choking on the air. Your next miracle has a postal code. The storm couldn't destroy you, so it exposed the escape. Stop looking back. The address label on your soul has changed. God isn't relocating you. He's revealing you. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more. The shift was spiritual before it was physical. You didn't move. Destiny pulled. That ache in your chest? It's homesickness for the place he's prepared. He covered your new home with silence, so your enemies would miss the turn. There's a door opening in the spirit, and your name is the key. The wilderness was just a hallway to your holy address. God didn't forget your prayer. He just needed to hide your breakthrough. You've been reassigned by heaven. That's why nothing fits anymore. The new address is written in light, not letters. Your comfort zone expired. Welcome to alignment. They tried to forward pain to your spirit, but the address changed. You're not moving on. You're being moved up. That silence is sacred. It's God bubble wrapping your destiny. When you step through the door, your whole bloodline will feel it. You're walking into answered prayers older than you. He's not just giving you a home, he's giving you rest. The door creaked open last night. Your spirit heard it. What was delayed is now delivered. Check your soul's inbox. They couldn't find you in the storm because God rerouted the lightning. A new realm is calling your name in whispers only you can hear. Even the shadows will bow at your new threshold. The GPS of grace has one destination: restoration. Every tear watered the soil you'll now stand on. The silence wasn't absence. It was God laying brick by brick. You didn't lose your way. You were carried out of captivity. Don't fear the unknown. It's been waiting on you. The place God is sending you doesn't require you to shrink. The next key belongs to your healed version. It's not just a house. It's holy ground. You left behind what broke you. Now walk where nothing can bind you. You'll arrive without needing directions, just discernment. This shift will confuse everyone who tried to bury you. Your new address was purchased with obedience. No mail of shame can reach you anymore. What you thought was a breakdown was a border crossing. They can't block a door God carved with fire. There's peace in this place, not people. He's calling you to a space your pain can't echo in. You are the storm walking into stillness. This next room has no mirrors, only mercy. The move wasn't announced. It was prophesied. Every exile ends with a return to promise. The silence you feared was the lock changing. Don't knock. Walk in. You've been expected. Your soul already knows the way. The door will open when you stop asking who's behind it. Even your voice will sound different at this new altar. You're about to wake up in a life you prayed for half asleep. Heaven's blueprint has your fingerprints. The shift isn't pending. It's done. Now enter. God whispered your name, and the wind carried it to a place you've never seen, but it already knows you. You're being redirected to the address your soul built in secret prayers. Your pain prepared the ground. Now heaven is planting your name in a new land. They buried you there. God moved you here. This is not relocation. It's resurrection. A door is opening where no maps exist. Your name is already carved in its light. You thought he forgot, but he just finalized the coordinates. The address they had for you expired. God just sealed the new one with glory. What broke you down was only the detour. The real place was hidden in delay. God's handwriting is on the envelope, and it's addressed to your becoming. They'll arrive at your old house and wonder why the air feels empty. The silence was not absence. It was divine redirection. You were never lost. Heaven just didn't want you to arrive early. You mourned a door. God was building you a gate. The place you once begged to stay couldn't hold who you were about to become. Your old address knew your trauma. This one knows your truth. They knew your name, but they never knew your calling. You don't need their invitation. God already wrote yours in gold. A divine address doesn't come with approval. It comes with awakening. This time, you don't have to fight for the key. It was always yours. You're not walking into a location. You're walking into a prophecy. Hell tried to lock you out. God built a back entrance. The silence before this move wasn't punishment. It was protection. They laughed when you packed. Now they're crying at your elevation. What tried to block, you had no clue God was building around it. You're not arriving late. You're arriving when the light is just right. Your name was hidden in the foundation of the next blessing. This time, God didn't ask for your permission. He moved you, spiritually relocated, new coordinates. No going back. You outgrew that pain. Heaven rerouted you while you were crying. You thought he forgot you. He was just changing your spiritual address. Your old prayers expired. God is answering the ones you were too afraid to speak. The exit hurt because you didn't know it was the entrance. Your tears signed the change of heaven form. God whispered, "They can't follow you here." You don't recognize where you are because you've never healed this much before. God didn't abandon you. He upgraded your wilderness. You were evicted from chaos so peace could move in. They ghosted you. God found you. That silence you feel, it's divine redirection. This address won't require you to shrink anymore. The angels now deliver mail to your name under chosen. Your new home will not be built with betrayal. You moved dimensions the night you said, "I deserve more." This is your rebirth location. Wipe your feet. The storms didn't destroy you. They verified your forwarding address. You left nothing behind. God already packed your purpose. You aren't missing anything. It couldn't follow you where you're going. God is forwarding miracles to your updated coordinates. You cried for closure. God gave you relocation. Your name was erased from the walls of your past. This isn't a season. It's a shift. Heaven built you a home in a realm they can't access. You didn't lose them. You found yourself. You never needed their approval to move forward. There's a sealed scroll with your new title on it. Even the stars adjusted their alignment for your arrival. Your new address is under the constellation of redemption. The pain is fading because your soul is unpacking. Welcome to the city of divine timing. The lock that once kept you out now honors your presence. God didn't need a moving truck, just your surrender. This location won't require constant healing, just receiving. Everything you lost was labeled return to sender. You're not just moving, you're ascending. You thought it was isolation. It was insulation. You didn't walk away. You were pulled out. There is rest for you in the room God prepared. The new address has one rule: no more pretending. The one who left you prepared the vacancy for divine love. You don't belong to memories anymore. You're not forgotten. You're forwarded. Angels don't deliver to expired locations. The pain was the packing tape. You're living in the answer to a buried prayer. You cried, God, where am I? He whispered, closer. God burned the blueprint of your old prison. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. This chapter begins with, I'm not going back. You don't owe explanations for divine elevation. The moment they left, heaven moved in. God marked your doorpost with protection this time. What hurt you before won't survive your new atmosphere. The grief couldn't follow you here. It tried. God called your soul by name, and it answered. You're not the same person who cried for them. The address says favor lives here now. The gates opened when you forgave without apology. You weren't ready to move, but you were called. The enemy lost signal. You've moved beyond reach. That dream wasn't delayed. It was redirected. They didn't ghost you. God hid you. You aren't being ignored. You're being anointed. What if the heartbreak was a homing signal? You didn't know peace could sound like silence. Your body feels unfamiliar because healing changed the atmosphere. God didn't just save you. He transferred you. This terrain was made for those who never gave up. You no longer live at the corner of shame and fear. This address carries your birthright in the walls. The wounds you once wore are not recognized here. The house is spiritual. The rent is obedience. You don't have to knock. You are the key. Every exit came with an invisible map to this place. The new location, Divine Detachment Drive. You thought it was a mistake. It was movement. What didn't grow with you was not allowed entry. You didn't miss the moment. It waited for you. You left the house of confusion. Welcome to clarity. There is no more survival in this place, only becoming. God didn't just change your address, He changed your access. They won't find you in the places they buried you. This space holds nothing familiar, and that's how you'll know it's right. You don't live where they cursed you anymore. They'll show up at your old place, wondering where you went. You no longer speak the language of almost. You left the room where you weren't seen. There's no return label on this transition. The suffering had to end somewhere. God drew the line here. You're not behind. You're hidden until revealed. Let them search. They won't find the old you. God is delivering love to the address that knows your worth. This time, you won't have to beg to be chosen. Your new location? Somewhere only heaven could reveal. What broke you birthed your breakthrough coordinates. The address was waiting for your surrender. Your invitation is sealed in divine ink. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. The old you is never coming back. God made sure of it. This time the table was built for you, not just set by you. God didn't move you for comfort. He moved you for calling. You're not misaligned. You're on divine timing now. What left you was too small for where you're going. The pain rerouted you to your purpose. There's a peace here that doesn't need permission. God gave you a key, not closure. That ache in your chest, it's your spirit remembering its home. You no longer need their acceptance. You were transferred to sacred soil. The ones who left didn't have the passcode to your new realm. You're walking on land promised to your prayers. Heaven didn't forget the address change. Miracles are en route. This isn't relocation. It's resurrection. What betrayed you became your blueprint. You're not lost. You're in between revelation and recognition. The blessing didn't miss you. It was redirected here. You escaped the cycle the moment you believed you deserved better. Your angels only deliver to truth-filled territory now. The weight broke you, so the arrival could remake you. You didn't escape. You evolved. The old house didn't collapse. It completed its assignment. You didn't move away from love. You moved toward holy love. In this address, even silence speaks divine. You gave up everything. Heaven gave you access. They thought they'd come back to find you waiting. You won't be there. This is your confirmation. The shift wasn't imagined. Where you're going, ghosts can't follow. You've stepped into the version of you your prayers built. Don't knock. The door knows your name. The wilderness expired. You've crossed into holy territory. Your voice belongs here. Speak. You no longer respond to almost. Only appointed. They lost you when they ignored the value of your heart. The pain pushed you right into prophecy. You're not being punished. You've been picked. You will not be sent back to what you healed from. There are blessings here that remember your childhood tears. God moved you away from what tried to mold you. Your growth was too loud for your old surroundings. Your suffering signed the lease. Your healing opened the door. You are not broken. You are becoming. No one can cancel a move heaven approved.